We are here with King's College men's lacrosse coach Andy Orlowski, the 2012 Freedom Conference Coach of the Year. Coach, thank you for joining us as we preview the 2013 men's lacrosse season at King's. Coach, last season was the best year in program history as your team finished second in the Freedom Conference standings and reached the conference tournament semifinals for the first time ever. Talk a little bit about the growth of the program the past few years.
It's been a constant, steady improvement. Last year we had a much improved season. Didn't reach our goals, but certainly was a good year for us. I think it's been a process of about 5 or 6 years now of trying to develop a culture, develop a belief in what we do, and set a tone for how we practice and prepare. We certainly feel good about where the program's going. It's been a tough job, and I think our players have all bought in and done a great job of trying to carry out the mission and goals that we set for ourselves.
This season you have a number of major contributors back on the roster, featuring 6 returning All-Freedom Conference selections, including the reigning Conference Player of the Year and the Conference Rookie of the Year. Could you talk about those 6 returning All-Conference players individually?
Well, I think you start with the defense, and Joe Massa and Eddie Dowse are great hard workers. They're juniors right now and have started a majority of the games of their career. They understand our system. They play it well. They know it like the back of their hand. You talk about our midfielders, and you talk about Lenny, and you talk about Pat. Both guys are great athletes, good size, can get up and down the field. I think we pose a problem in the midfield for the fact that our kids play both ends of the ball, and we don't specialize. We ask our players to know how to play offense and defense, and they're great athletes, and we let them run.
Being as a senior, I play an important role. I have to step up, and since there's only 3 seniors, there's really a lot of leadership roles that have to be taken into, and I feel that I have to step up on the field and do just as good as I did last year, and hopefully the awards don't really matter that much, but I can try and get the conference championship under the belt.
Kings has a number of returning players this season. What are your team and individual goals for the year?
Well, really as a team, we just want to try and do good as best we can and improve our season from last year. I mean, last year we had a great year, but really it's nothing until we get to the conference championship and win it. And as an individual, I just want to help out the team as much as I can and just try and do as much as I can.
At attack, Mike O'Brien and Kieran McMahon, are intelligent players who've been starters their entire career and have done a great job of figuring out how we want them to play and push tempo. We feel like we're developing our transition game. We certainly create a lot of transition. We've struggled with finishing it. And Kevin Sweeney, Kevin had a heck of a freshman year. I expect this year will be a little bit tougher for him with probably improved matchups, and he's going to have to step up and improve his game, but what we see from him so far is encouraging.
Coach, let's do an area-by-area breakdown of the squad, including offense, midfield, defense, and goalkeeping.
Well, our attack is, like I said earlier, our main focus right now, what we're trying to improve upon is finishing our transition game. With the new rules this year, I think you're going to see more of an up-and-down game, and we're trying to acclimate to that. Our attack are gritty. They ride hard. They work hard in practice, and we're working on improving our finishing ability. At the midfield, like I said, these kids do it all for us. They're in our clearing game, they're in our riding game, they're playing offense, they're playing defense. As a result, we've got some great athletes there, and have been able to, we want to set the tone and play in chaos in the midfield, and I think that's one thing we've tried to work on this year in practice, and it's certainly not an easy way to practice, but we hope it pays dividends in April.
What do you see as the strengths of your team this year?
The defense. Last year we were a top 30 defense. I think we averaged just over 7 goals against a game. We had some of the fewest shots average against in the NCAA. and we return all of them but one. And you know, I think we will always be built from the defensive end out, and we spend a lot of time and put a lot of emphasis on our defense. We don't run a crazy system. We're very simplistic in what we do. We just let our athletes play.
Talk about the pride that Kings defense takes in being so consistently strong.
I think it's certainly something that's derived from our coaching staff. Obviously, Coach Orlowski coming from a defensive background. You know, day in, day out as a defensive unit, we're just trying to push the tempo of the practice and help everybody around us get better, just apply pressure and try to make everything as realistic as possible for the offense day in, day out.
Who are some of the other defenders on the team that Kings fans should keep an eye on, and what makes them so good?
I think, to be honest with you, top to bottom, you can pick anybody out of the lineup, from older guys like you know, Luke Bierman and junior Joe Massa and Eddie Dowse, all the way down through to the two younger guys, two freshmen that we just bought in with Jake and Billy down there. We're just, I think, top to bottom, we're very deep, very strong unit. So I think, you know, you pick anybody out of there and you can look for some excitement.
I think goaltending, you know, our coaching staff has worked really hard with our goaltending to improve their technique and their performance, and I fully expect an improved number on the goaltending side of things.
What are your goals for the season?
We set goals every year. The team sets them, and I believe that the team should set the goals. We want them to believe in what their mission is. You know, for us, I think we've decided as a program it's very simple to go out and thump your chest and tout how good you're going to be early in the season. We prefer to keep that in-house and quietly work hard. I'd say our number one goal is to play our best lacrosse in April. You know, conference play is the most important time of the year for us, and we hope to peak at that point. Hopefully be fortunate enough to get a conference playoff spot, and you know, let's see what happens from there.
For any prospective student athletes who may be considering Kings, what are the most important aspects of Kings College and the lacrosse program you would like them to know about?
I've been here 11 years, and Kings is a great school. It's student-centered. The professors take an active role in your education. You know, this is a place you're not going to get lost in. I think Kings also combines the small school of academics, but you know, in a city with almost 6,000 students, it's a great college life. With our program, it's just that, it's a program. You know, we care about your academics, we care about your social life, and we want to make you the best lacrosse player you can be. It's been important to me that my players love to play lacrosse. I want them to show up every day and love to practice, and you know, as a result, we've kind of taken the reins off and allowed them to be creative. We've allowed them to make decisions. We've allowed them to play fast. We've simplified the game and have tried to not overcoach it, and allow them to show up every day and look forward to playing lacrosse at the college level.